Okay, we're doing train things still. We got interesting, I would say artifact. This has survived. This is actually participation ribbon. You think participation trophies are a thing of today? No, they had participation trophies back in the old days. So this is for the annual outing that the Great Northern Railway did for general office employees with one E. Old spelling maybe or misspell, but anyhow, this is August 6th, so this is like a summer picnic for the employees of general office there. Spring Park, that's a park someplace. I mean I could look it up and everything, but I'm just gonna play ignorant. Somewhere along the line, I put up on Instagram, see if I get commentary on this, but I'm probably going to go in and just put up on eBay and see what happens onto it. I would like to put on Etsy, but I think it'd be lost on there. I think eBay would be a faster way to move it because I just found a photo up into a mile railroad box. So yeah, so 1910, and it has mother pin onto it. So what I'm thinking about is someone's mother must have worked at a clerk or a telegraph operator or operator of some sort at the office. The family went out onto a picnic and a handy suckers out. Probably pinned it on there back in 1910. The mother thing, this is sort of interesting. I'll zoom in right there. It's it's newer. I actually put 50s down. Sometimes it looks 30-ish, but I think it's probably 50s. I think it's added on a lot later. And I used how women celebrate birthdays, especially older women. They always have some sort of ribbons and stuff from their life and whatever. And I think they just put it on there, either for Mother's Day or a thing. Maybe it was a thing with Great Northern Railroad, maybe like a reunion thing. I didn't put that down into the Instagram post, but it is kind of cool. And if you flip around, I always like flipping stuff around here. It is well. I'm just going to do like that. See, it's newer. I'm thinking the plastic is newer. It's not as crude as the 30s. I want to say it's the 30s, but style looks 30s, but I think it's early 50s, late 40s, somewhere under it. Is at least after the war, because of the way how it is. And this is the back of it. I didn't take any pictures of the back. There's some staining. There's a hole there, some unraveling, and the problem is this is probably silk. Wouldn't surprise me. Great Northern Railroad. I put down here, and it's like, wouldn't surprise me if they actually made these out of silk. And it's just screen printing on silk. Screen printing was around back then. But yeah, I think this is actually a silk piece. A little damage on the sides and everything from it being, rolled up, and there's some staining from it just being, in storage, the pen. But this is the pin's actually warped. If I put it on the side here, it's actually warped like that. So that's why I'm thinking 40s and 50s. Not it's a cheap plastic too. It's really cheap, but it's not like Bakelite or anything. I mean, I could go in. There's some give to it. Bakelite will be really stiff, so some sort of jelly, because they actually had jelly. Jelly was big in the 40s. So I'm thinking 40s, maybe early 50s, but it's one of those things where you add on, go to Five and Dime, pick up a mother pin for Mother's Day, or they just have the general stock, but it's probably American made. But this is sort of cool. I have no use for it, so it's going to go up on eBay. I'm going to put probably 15 or 20 bucks onto it, probably 20. I like a little bit of wiggle room, and someone's going to sit there offer me 15 for it probably, but it is a kind of cool sort of thing. The seventh outing, yeah, so you think about it, there's probably a bunch of that stuff and out there. I think there's some of it out there. It's rare to eat a little bit because of the date onto it. I actually put that down also into the internet. Yeah, I'm referring to an Instagram post I did. Crispy apple trains. I think that's the handle on Instagram. So we're looking at this. This is kind of a cool piece. Really cool piece. I'll talk about industrial collectibles. Industrial collectibles are weird. Some of it is rare, as in it, like this is for one event. And it's an annual event, so there's other ones, but if it has 7 for a number onto it or date, you could do it. But the thing is, it's like, it's collectible, but isn't collectible. That's the thing. It's like, I could say, oh, this thing's worth $50 because it's all silk and it's. Where is it? Oh, somehow, someway, I dropped out onto it. I'm using the tablet today, so if I push it weird, it always clicks off. But anyhow, talk about collectability. These things are not all that expensive. This is, if you put this into an auction, probably get like 10, $15 onto it. Same thing. I'm thinking 10, 15, $20 into the eBay world. If it was in great condition, be like 25. Again, industrial. Yeah, the thing about industrial collectibles is that it's all lumped in together. All your major companies like U.S. Steel, any of the Standard Oil, Kmart stuff. There's collectability market into it, but realistically, just like a T-shirt. I've seen stuff at thrift stores and antique, and they want $1 billion, $1 trillion for it. Really, a simple T-shirt. But the thing is, you can wait forever for $20 for it, or $50 or $100 or $1,000, but really you don't get it. I mean, I saw someone actually had a Kodak, I don't know, yeah, Kodak copier radio. It was really cool. The person was selling for $20, and it probably is a $30 collectible, but they're trying to get out of it. But they actually had a higher price on it. It's retired. Person's retired, and the thing is that it's special for someone who wants it. And the thing is that there's not a lot of people out there that want this. And that's the sad part. It's a cool piece of history, but there is not a lot of people wanting it. I mean, if I was going to put the pin up all by itself, the mother pin, it's $1 collectible. It's cheap, it's warped, it's not really valuable, it's pretty generic. And again, I'm putting $1 collectible onto a $15 thing. The ribbon's actually worth something because again, it's got a little provenance to it. It's a silk. It's probably was for a general office place. So again, I'm thinking secretary, clerk, stenographer, operator, telegraph operator, what have you. There are a lot of women used to work into the general offices when they're younger. Then they would, marry, quit the job, raise families, and never go back. But again, I'm thinking this is for someone's retirement, not retirement, celebration of their life at this stage. Probably in the 50s. That person, if they're in 20 years old back in 1910, 50s, they're only in their 60s, and it would be just good enough. It's unlike today, 60 was old back in the 50s. So, and it is unlike today where it's a second childhood. But, it would make some sense in its timeline, right? But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool collectible. Really kind of cool collectible. Okay, so I'll wrap it up here. This thing is going on eBay as of the first of the year, 2023. And it's going to be perpetually on Instagram as a post. Have a nice day. If you like videos like that, me talk about old stuff, like and subscribe. See you guys later.